Hello and welcome to my channel, and today I've got a diamond painting stash video. This is actually part 2 of my Diamond Art Club collection. Don't worry, if you've not seen part 1, at the end of the video I'll stick a link to part 1 of my Diamond Art Clubs. So yeah, let's get started. I'll just explain very quickly first though what I'm going to do, what the plan is I do like to show the actual canvas. So it's not a question of I'm not going to just lift up the boxes and show the ends. I don't like that myself. Like when I'm watching a stash video, I like to see the actual canvas because I can go to see the little picture, this little picture. I can go to the website and see that. So yeah, that's how I'm going to be doing it. So it is a bit slower. But yeah, let me get these boxes out of the way with, and we'll start with canvases. All right then. So this is from Yuumei Art. It is My Inner Sanctuary. She was separated from the rest of my Yuumeis. I think this is one of my more recent purchases, and I don't know how you store your diamond paintings, but I just store mine in a wardrobe, and it was a game of Jenga. So the more recent purchases were on top, and somehow I didn't get them all together. So that's why this one is by itself. And yeah, because I have the one with the flute, with all the cherry blossoms, that is also in my collection of this, because this is a set, this music one. I love this. I didn't realise straight away these little goldfish, I don't know what I thought they were, but I just saw blobs, but I'd seen the piano and I'd seen the flowers, and the flowers were good enough for me. But yeah, this background though, it's going to be interesting. We do have little bits to break it up, which I think are like water, but up here, yeah, solid color blocking. I'm not a fan of color blocking. This will be a slog, but I do it because it's worth it for the result at the end. But yeah, really pretty canvas. I would like to get some of the other ones, but I did notice the other day that one of this set, I think it might have been one of the violin ones, it'd been archived. I was like, oh no. So we'll see if we get the whole set, but for now I've got this and I've got the flute. And did I say the size? It's 70 by 81 cents. It's square, obviously. Most of my diamond paintings are squares. I do both, but I tend to gravitate towards the ones with more detail, and that usually means square. So yeah, really nice. I love this style, and I love Yuumei. She's one of my favourite artists. So that's that one. So next we have this one. So this is called Regal HoneyBee. It's by the Dutch lady, and yeah, it's 60 by 90, well, 1 for all intents and purposes. It's a whopper. But look at this, it's absolutely gorgeous. My other half has a thing for bees and turtles. If you saw part 1, you saw the turtle. Just like, but now you've seen the bee. And yeah, so I plan to do this as a gift. He doesn't know that I bought this one, and yeah, it's going to take me a while to do. I think I'll have to aim for like next year, but it's on the agenda. But he's like, I can't get over how, for something that's made of little square things, it just looks so fuzzy even from the rendering. And yeah, it's going to look lovely. And he sits kind of, I couldn't make up my mind because he kind of sits like in a flower, but also it looks like wings, but it's definitely not his wings. Do not look like his wings. So it's like a flower and whatever. And I had this whole thing about how I thought he had a third eye, which I hadn't seen in the original one, but I think that's just the rendering. I'm not a fan of third eyes, so if that does it, we'll have to see how the drills, because sometimes on canvases, they use different colours to represent the drills just so it's easier to read. If that still looks third eye, I will have to fix it. I'll get rid of the highlight, or just make it a light grey or something like that. But yeah, so the fuzzy bee, we will see if how quickly I can get to that. Hopefully relatively quickly, but it won't be this year, because this year I don't know where this year is going. It's so quickly. It's going to be Christmas soon. But anyway, that's that one. Here's another big one. Oh boy. Oh boy. So sometimes I look at these canvases and I think, oh, what was I thinking? So this is called Whitby Worm, and it is by Alchemy England, or Alchemy Carter England, but I'm pretty sure they just go by Alchemy England. And yeah, so I did do an unboxing of this last year, explaining all the, I guess for the want of a word, history, because Whitby is a place in the UK. It's a seaside resort, but it's a lot more. And you might want to watch that unboxing if you want to see the historic, you know, the historic things behind Whitby, and because it's a real place and it has a lot of gothic story about it, because Bram Stoker visited there, Bram Stoker, who wrote Dracula. But yeah, like I say, I go into all the detail of the Whitby trivia in that unboxing video if you're interested. But this is a fantastic one. So this is like an abbey, which does exist. There are abbey ruins in like currently. I think it wasn't burned down by a worm. It was burned down by I think it was one of these religious things, like, so it was a dissolution. So probably Henry VIII or something like that. And these old cliffs, and he is an absolutely gorgeous worm. I remember when I did unbox him, because he has 2 fairy dusts and how many? Two ABs. And first of all, I was like, there's not a huge amount of ABs and stuff and special drills. But when I looked at them, they're not. They're sort of just scattered all around, and it was funny. I looked at the bags and I thought that doesn't look much, and then when I found where it was all placed in the painting, I think it's going to look great. It's just like, oh, it's going to look gorgeous. But look at this. I can't remember how many there was of these. This is 939, and I think there was, it was insane. It was like, I don't know, I want to say it was something like 17 bags of 939. Yeah, it's just, this is going to be a background project, but I have a background project going at the moment. So this one has to wait his turn. I'm doing it, which incidentally is another dragon. It's the Dragon's Door from Diamond Art Club. But I only do it every now and again because of the background, and I don't like doing same colours. But when I know the painting's going to look great at the end, then I suck it up and I do what I have to do, because I think this one's going to look absolutely stunning. I do like me a dragon. So yeah, that is, did I say the size? I can't remember. Apart from the back, it's huge. I did show it. I know I remember saying the name. So it was 70 by 100. So yeah, really big painting as well. Anyway, that is that one. Okay, and now we are going to get into my Disney diamond paintings. This is definitely a Disney household. So there are a few of them. And yeah, it's my weak spot. I don't think I could ever give up Diamond Art Club because of Yuumei Art and Disney. They've got me. So anyway, yeah, this is from Disney, and it's called True Pals. So this is 55.8 by 70, so 56 by 70. And this is one of those types of paintings, when you see a painting and you think, no, it's fun, but I'm not that fussed about it. And then again, I think I saw it on, I might have been Diamonds and Washi, and she had the unboxing, and I remember looking at it and thinking, do you know what? That does look better. And I think that's the difference that's why I'm showing the canvases, because I looked at the rendering on the website and it just does not look the same as when you see it like the actual canvas. There's just something about it. The only thing, there is a lot of fairy dust in this. The only thing I remember was I remember being surprised. I think it was this red. There's like the red shorts, but it comes up a bit orangey. And I remember thinking, well, it's the red shorts and the red collar, and then we've got the red bow and the red shirt, and I don't know, there was just something didn't feel quite right about it. This all merges into one, and so I might have to tweak this. It is a square drill canvas, so I can tweak it if I want. But I just felt there wasn't. I think it was mostly Mickey's pants. I felt that it was lacking a bit of, or maybe I'll change Pluto's collar, just something so there isn't like this red against the red. I feel it loses some impact. But yeah, I remember seeing the background on this and how it's like this sort of, not tartan, plaid, sort of plaid. I don't know how you say it. Tomato. Just really helped the picture sort of jump up. And so, there is still a lot of this ecru background, which is like an off-white. So that will be a pain. But yeah, it just, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just see a canvas out of the box and realise that's what you want. Poor Goofy's having his head chopped off. And also, I had my eye on buying it, and then I looked at it, and it was in the sale section, and I'm like, oh, do you know what? That seems like fate. It wasn't originally in the sale section, but in between me procrastinating about whether I wanted it or not, it moved into DAC's sale section, which is great because you still used a regular discount code on it. So this was a pretty cheap painting, to be honest. I'm very happy to have it in my stash. And talking of cheap paintings that were in the sale section, so this is called Sweet Treats, and obviously it's a Disney one. It's 63 by 50. It's a round drill kit. I don't have many, but I wanted something simple. And if you saw my review of the year, last January's review of the year for 2025, you'll know that I wanted to add more seasonal paintings. So I wanted a Halloween one or two, and this fit the bill because I did kind of want it, but I wasn't that fussed about it because like this blocky stuff is, yeah. But when it went into the sale section, it was one of their bigger discounts. I can't remember if it was like 30 or 40% off. It was one of the big ones, and I could use a code on it. So I got this super cheap. I think in the UK, I think it was like maybe £20 or a bit more than £20. So it was a really good deal. Sometimes you see those paintings that you're only sort of, you quite like, but you don't really like. But then the price is right, and that's enough. The only thing about it is, and thank you still to the person who messaged me about this, well, left a comment when I did the unboxing for this, because I'd forgotten about the problem that Diamond Art Club had when they was just starting with the perforated covers. And they didn't realise that if you put the cover on upside down where it's printed, like the ink transfers onto the canvas itself. So it had been a while since that problem was made known, and they fixed it, and there was new canvases coming out since and everything. Because this was like obviously an older canvas, which is probably why it was in the sale section, it was completely off my radar. So yeah, thank you to the person who commented. So the resolution for this, that Diamond Art Club either said you could have some points, or you could pack it up and send it back and refund it. I'm like, I'm not refunding. I'm not sending a package back to America just for some dots. I can fix this somehow. I think a lot of people use mica powder, so I'll have to try that. It's not so bad in these darker colours. Poor Minnie though, she has some severe acne. She needs her foundation to cover that up. But yeah, so it meant that I could actually sort out with Diamond Art Club, like getting the points added to my account like now, as opposed to like 4 years in future, which might have been annoying. But yeah, I prefer to sort, if I've got a problem with the canvas, I prefer to sort it out sooner rather than later. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that's that one. All right, so this is Have You Seen My Nose? Again by Disney. So this is 78.7 by 55.6. Decent size, lots of blue. It's obviously frozen, and I do have another frozen canvas which I've got, which I'm actually, if you was around on my channel during July, you'll see that I opened up Elsa, and I've started her for Christmas in July, and I'll be working on her again till in December. So I'm treating it as a Christmas canvas. So I thought we need her sister. So I picked up Anna because she was in the sale section. Seeing the theme here, I do try to sniff out the bargains if I can. It's not always possible, but if I can, then I will. And she was on my wish list. I'm not sure if I would have bought her if she wasn't in the sale that quickly. I would have got around to her eventually, but she wouldn't have been as high up on the list to buy if it wasn't for that she was in the sale. It wasn't as good as discount as the Halloween one, but I think it was something like a 15 or 20% discount. So yeah, and we got Olaf. Obviously it's a square. I do like my squares. We have lots of blue. I think it'll be a while before I do this one, because the Elsa one, which is like the Queen of the Mountain, all blues and whites, and it's massive. It's just like that. That one is like 130 cents. It wasn't in my part one because it's actually a whip, and I'm not including whips in my stash videos. I might do an extra video for whips at the end. Then again, this year is going so quickly. It feels like it's going to be 2026 in 5 minutes. So you'll see it in the review of the year, if nothing else. But yeah, so that is that one. And no pesky dots on my canvas. So yeah, that is Anna. Have You Seen My Nose? And Olaf, obviously. But yeah, there's so much blue in that Elsa canvas that I'm not sure when I'll get to Anna, because I'll be over blue by then. Talking of blue, look at all the blue sky. I am such a masochist. However, it's worth it for this one, because I do like a bit of Frozen and Elsa, but Rapunzel, she's my girl. And I love Max. Do you know what? It was so embarrassing. I did the unboxing for this, and I'm like, what's his name? I knew his name is Max. I always think of him as Max, but I was like, what's his name? Is it Maximilian? I couldn't think of it. It's Maximus, obviously. But yeah, I do love Rapunzel. She's my girl. And I know there was lots of fairy dust, if I recall, in her hair that I was really looking forward to seeing because that'll look nice. But yeah, and there's metallics in his in his saddle and things like these. All of these have got metallic drills in. It's really nice, and I love the rendering on it. Got the little castle. I'm not sure how well the castle will show up, but that's okay. It's in the background. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be these two. And yeah, there was lots of things on her dress as well. Oh, it was just like, yeah, chef's kiss with the fairy dusts and the ABs. So really looking forward to this one. I just need to find the time. Did I say the size? It was 69.9 by 77.9, so 70 by 78. Fairly big one. Yeah, there's a theme. There's a lot of colour blocking in here. A lot of colour blocking on Maximus. Why do I do it to myself? But we have the dreams. We have the dreams. So that is that. I have one more Disney to go. So talking about being a masochist, this is probably the biggest masochistic one that you could imagine. And yeah, so it's very, very big. So let me just do this. So this is the parade. It's 127 cms by 55.8, which is roughly the same size as the whip I was just talking about with Elsa. They're very, very, very big, except Elsa is very tall and this is very wide. So I'm going to scroll it across the screen so you can see what it's about, because this is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous canvas. But it's a wrangle. So we have Owl, we have Christopher Robin, we've got Roo and Kanga, we've got Tigger, we've got obviously Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, Eeyore, and obviously it's just called Rabbit, isn't he? Rabbit. And yeah, so but the masochistic parts is obviously here because this is all white, so much white. And yeah, like this bit, I dread these corners. Where they'll be doing this. Now, I don't really use multiplacers, and generally, if this had been black, I would consider using a multiplacer for at least part, just to like give me a head start. But white, it shows the gaps too much, and it's just like, no, this will be single placed, stubbornly single placed. But I have seen this one done. I was waiting patiently for this to be restocked because I missed it on the when it was originally launched. I think it sold out quite quickly, so I had to wait for it to restock. I got it back in stock. I actually got this with my points as well, so technically it's like free. I mean, I only had to buy like 12 paintings, but apart from that, it was free. But we do not knock our loyalty points, so I bought these with my loyalty points at the same time as I bought Lilith in my other video. Because that I do not pay shipping, so I was like, right, I may as well have a second painting. So I picked up Lilith, and but yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous painting of like that traditional arty sort of sketchy style from the storybooks. Love it, love this kind of style, and when I eventually get to it, it will be lovely to do, apart from those big white corners. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate a thumbs up on the way out the door if you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, if you've not seen part 1, you can watch it here. Bye for now. Bye.